Hi, Miss Zoe.
I want to see if I could do it again.
You can do whatever you want to do in here.
Uh-oh.
Come on this side so we can see you in the camera better. What do you want to say?
What are you
What do we
scared
even
of?
talk about?
What is something that you are scared of? Are you scared of anything?
Lightning.
That's true.
That's a good one.
She woke up the other night.
What about bugs? Are you scared of bugs?
Wasp and bees.
Oh, Zoe.
Have you ever been stung before?
Exact same.
Never.
Yeah. Oh. I'm
What
with
about
you,
Mama?
Zoe.
I don't know.
You don't look over there. You can answer. She can't hear you. Don't worry about it. Just say what you think.
Like spiders?
Spiders, probably.
Yeah. She's a little scared of those, yeah.
Hate wasp.
How is school going? You just started back to school recently. How's school going?
It's really good. I'm sitting right next to my friend Tucker.
Does he talk a lot? Does he get you in trouble or anything at school?
He does not. His friend Oakland, he tries to make him talk, so he did that today.
You gotta watch out for that Oakland kid. He sounds a little shady. Might want to stay away from him. What about lunch? Do you take your lunch or do you buy lunch at school?
Both.
What's the favorite thing you take for lunch and what's the favorite thing you buy at school?
Take sandwiches, buy spaghetti.
Spaghetti. What happened? Like, can you get ice cream or something at school to eat?
On Fridays for first grade, but I don't know about second grade because today was the first day, so I don't know.
And if you eat ice cream and you wanted another one, could you go back and get some more?
No. They would say no.
Dad says no.
Just charge it to your dad. Just charge it.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Just swipe that little thing. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah. They won't
Don't
say
listen
no.
to these guys.
They won't say no to you. They won't say no to you,
Get
Zoe.
Tucker one while you're at it.
Oh, yeah, I'll just use Tucker's tag.
Oh, there we go. There, yes.
Learning early, Zoe. It's good. It's good.
Let that Oakland kid fend for himself. He doesn't need ice
He
cream.
doesn't get any.
What's your favorite subject? What are you excited about?
I'm a math person. My mom's a reader.
There we go. There we go.
All right.
My
Anything?
dad teach me times.
He's teaching you times, yeah, like your times tables, how to multiply. What are you? Let's give you a test. I'm going to give you an easy one to start. Okay. What is 5? Do you know your fives?
You
know
can
your
count by
10?
5. You can count by
Okay.
5.
Well,
You
let's
can
do
go.
tens. What is 10 times 10?
100.
Boom.
Very good. Okay. What is? Here's a tricky one. 1,500,000 times 1.
That number.
There you go.
Yes.
Oh,
There we go. She's got it. Anything you want to say before you have to go?
Bye, fans.
And she's got a lot of them, ladies and gentlemen.
It's very, very bashful. Very bashful.
By fans. Wow. I hadn't found a microphone.
That's
She
a nice
didn't like.
cameo right there. I like that.
By fans. That's going to be trouble later in life.
All right, let's do it so we can get out of here. It's a school night.
I'm not going to school tomorrow. I'm going to drop them off and get out of there.
Welcome back, GPS to God. We're having fun. We recorded a little something already that you're going to see after we do this intro. I say that because it's true. I also say that because it's going to blow Russell's mind on that here. It's like, wait, we already did it, but you're going to see it after this. And, it happens. But we're glad you're here. We're having fun. You're going to have fun. It is magic. Daniel Sanders, Stefano Patterson, Russell Mundy. You've already heard from him. Over on the other side with him is Zach Edson. Welcome, everybody. We're glad y'all are here. Ryan is scared to be here tonight, and that will make sense a little more here in just a second. But reach out to us, Instagram. Reach out to us with email, mailroom@gpstogod.com. You can do that. We want to hear from you. We're going to get to an email here in just a second. We had going to read one of the digital letters that came into the mailbag there.
Digital letters.
Yeah. What are you going to do? But, today's episode, we're going to talk about things that might be scared of, fears, phobias, all that kind of stuff. And Ryan was scared. He was so scared he couldn't even show up.
Not even show up?
Could not even show up. Yeah, he's...
Fear of being on a podcast.
You'd be shocked when you look up phobias of the crazy things that are out there.
we did have a one. I meant to bring it up here, and I did not. I failed, but I'll try and remember it. Talking about Dollywood and the golly, I'm stuttering. We need Zoe back in here is what we need. But they said, Russell was kind of giving Fano a hard time about what he would ride, would not ride. And they said, Stefano should have thrown up that Russell doesn't like to fly.
Yeah. Russell tends to dish out a lot, but Russell has a lot of issues himself.
A lot?
Don't like to fly, likes to drive everywhere, got a ticket for driving too slow on the interstate.
Yeah.
So could that be a swap?
There's a lot of things.
A swap? You fly for him to get on drop line?
Oh, did
There's
you
a
hear
lot of
that?
things. Do what?
Y'all could do an even swap for flying for drop line?
Russell will get on
I'll
that
do drop
flight
line
and-
before he flew.
That's true.
That's 1,000%.
That's 100% true. Yeah.
1,000%. Russell's got some things.
I mean, I was thinking about that episode of thinking, like, you threw out like $500 or did you get up to 1,000, just 500?
He was offering.
There's a
for
number that I'll
donors.
fly.
What's the number?
I don't know, but there is a number. I mean, there's a number. Yeah, for sure.
Excellent negotiator right there. Take notes, kids. Never throw out the first number.
I'm not doing drop line. Can't spend it if you're dead. Can't spend it if you're dead, man. That's my philosophy.
I would help in any way possible to facilitate that trade off.
All good, man.
So
I would. Yeah, you can fly with me anytime you want to go.
I know that.
And we could record it. You could get
But I
sleeping pills.
have flown before, which is
was gonna be a
fun,
question.
which is funny, but I just don't want to do it anymore.
is it a fear? I mean, it kind of would go in with this episode. This is a little coincidental, but I mean, is it just scared? A phobia, a fear of flying?
Well, that's on here.
I don't know if it's a fear of flying. It's just I don't want to do it. I guess it is a fear, but I don't.
A control thing, like where you're behind the wheel of a car, but now you're trusting somebody you don't know.
Car's probably more dangerous.
Yeah, that's what they say. But I'm not.
A car is
yeah.
more. That's proven.
Mm-hmm.
Believe.
My dad always brings up, he's like, I can't believe you fly so much. And he's like, you never hear of a plane getting in a fender bender. And I'm like, you're right, Dad. If two planes collide, it's probably my time to go. Like, it's not going to
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, a lot of people say, why don't you fly? If it's your time to go, it's your time to go. Then I say, but I'm not going to get killed in a plane crash if I never get on an airplane. So
That's true. That's true.
That's true.
That is true.
I got another email, I think, about the ride we were talking about in Six Flags in Louisville, Kentucky. I don't think it's Six Flags anymore, but where the platform, it's like the drop line, but the platform drops beneath you and you kind of go below the ground. That somebody did hit the ground there and like broke ankles or legs or something on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember the one from Kentucky Kingdom, I think, where the ride that Ryan was talking about that's like at Universal where it's just like drop line, but a cord snapped and wrapped around a girl's leg and took it off.
Yeah.
Well, we're killing themes. We're not going to get any theme park sponsors.
No sponsors coming in here.
No, we're not.
that's a good thing about Dropline. It doesn't have any of those lines. It's all magnets.
Really? Huh. That is cool.
So it doesn't, you're not going to get snapped with that. So I did notice I would never do that one with those lines. Yeah.
We're a risk
This
reward
one's just
guy
like
over here.
it's just like a roller coaster. It's just like one of those stops you with the magnets.
Would you go bungee jumping?
I've gone bungee jump. Well, it was in Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg. Pigeon Forge, when was that?
I mean, it's still
Didn't we go on a Sunday school thing
That-
in Gatlinburg? And it was,
Yeah.
it was, how, that doesn't really, that's not really.
I mean, it
bungee.
still counts.
Yeah,
That count? You count that?
I would want to do that.
You get on,
I would not get on the bungee cord. Ever.
you're a walking
No.
contradiction.
What's
How can you go on drop ride, which is probably
250 feet,
250 feet. That platform in Gatlinburg was
maybe 100.
maybe 100. I'm thinking like 75-foot drop.
Just I just feel like that thing could snap and I'd be gone.
And it can't on a 200.
Not on that thing. No.
What about when you worked at Opryland? Did you do the Sky Coast over there by Chaos?
Oh yeah. I did the little
Big swing thing.
Yeah, did the little swing thing. I don't know. It's just the. I mean, it is a fear, I guess, but just the drop, any kind of free fall drop like there. I'm not really.
But you went bungee jumping.
But I did go button like once, but it was like 75 feet. That's nothing. I mean, that's hardly anything.
Man, you're talking to a guy that jumped out of a plane.
That'll still get
that's
you.
nothing.
Jump into a pool.
That'll still get you.
It'll still get you.
It wasn't. I mean, that was like a breeze when I mean that had gotten. I mean, maybe it was 75 feet. Comment below if you know the platform.
But what part of the drop line do you not like? Just you don't like the actual falling. The worst part for me is when you get up there and you just sit there and you don't know when it's going to happen.
That's just a drop and thinking that I'm going to fall out of that thing because you're in a harness, right?
Yeah, it comes over you.
Okay, just like just you're in that. So, I mean, you could
Just you do get off the you get off your seat. You get off your seat.
But yeah, you saying you get off your seat and everything? I don't want to do that.
Did you watch when you went up there? Did you watch?
Oh yeah, I
people
watched
ride
like
it?
8 people, 8 times.
Did you ever think maybe I can do this?
No,
He filmed the video.
I filmed the video. I had the video. I was right there
I will not be doing this.
multiple times. Granted, I watched I don't know 5 times probably.
Yeah, in the video
It's in there.
we put on that episode, he's like, "Here's a drop line. I will not be on it. I'm going to Big Bear Mountain."
Some things are, I mean, it just I don't know any kind of like a drop like that. I'm not really. I mean, I did that. I mean, I did that bungee thing. It was in my 20s probably, man.
Yeah,
20 years
I
ago.
forgot about the
probably.
bungee. That was impressive.
Different responsibilities now.
Indeed. different responsibilities. I don't know. I guess I've just been cautious as I get older, I guess. I don't know what it is about it. That's a great thing.
The going up,
I was
the
looking
going
at
up
it.
part's easy.
The going up part's easy. Getting up, I mean, like high, because I don't mind flying. I don't have like a fear of flying or anything. I can do that. I mean, I'm completely fine with that, but just something, I don't know, something about it.
Have you ever had major turbulence while flying? Like where it's dropped?
Yeah, I have.
That bother you?
Not that bad. And maybe because I was with Lori and I didn't want us both to.
Both freak out.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, she was definitely the stronger of the two. But yeah. That doesn't really get to me. I don't know why.
So is there anything else besides flying? Like this, like a hard no outside of whatever number you've got in your mind.
Well, besides that, so he brought it up already. Parachuting. Would anybody jump out of a plane? Would you jump out of a plane with a parachute?
No.
Skydiving.
No.
Well, Russell couldn't get in the plane to jump out.
He couldn't get up to
There is a dollar amount, but I would not for free.
I don't know for sure if I would like parasail.
Oh,
See,
I don't know. I don't know for sure if I could get. And knowing that I could. I mean, you hit in water. I mean, I'm sure you could still
hot air balloon flying?
still die. Mm-hmm.
See, I do like.
Too many of those. That's a death trap.
I would do it. I have not done a hot air balloon.
Love to do hot air.
Those things go down.
Hold on,
but
you do a
that
hot air?
thing is-
Yeah, in a heartbeat. Yeah, right now.
I told you, he's a walking contradiction.
A hot air balloon.
I feel like they could just let you right now.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
You know, they just do the,
It makes no sense whatsoever.
If you're pulling the flame, that's going up. You want,
yeah,
they got a vent that they release the gas, I think, like the hot air. I have not done that. I think I would, but I would be more nervous for that than skydiving.
We
All
did
day
a hot
long.
air balloon at whose wedding here?
I wasn't there.
Was it
Ken Williams.
Ken Williams.
At his house. Had that hot
Yeah.
air balloon.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, out in his front yard.
Yeah.
Can't hide money, I guess. I don't know. Wow, hot air balloon as
Rides.
a
Yep.
wedding favor.
Ellie,
at a
don't
party.
listen to this episode, please. Please.
We're not waiting for a wedding. That's my birthday. Get a good view of the golf course.
You would go in a hot air balloon. No
Yeah,
fly.
that's crazy.
You're not very high.
One,
I mean, I was probably like,
You're not very
you know, like
higher than the
Ken's
drop
old
line. I
house.
know that.
It was probably like 6 of his homes that we were over. Like,
I'd be okay
that's-
with that. I'd be fine with that.
Wow. Wow.
The
I need to make this happen. I want to see this.
hey, if we're making it happen, sign me up. I'm there too. One thing I missed out on in my military career, maybe the only thing I missed out on that I wish would have happened. The Belgian army uses hot air balloons for their paratroopers.
Oh,
So you'll go up in a
Go
hot
up
air
and
balloon
then
and
jump.
parachute out.
interesting.
And had a chance to go, but there was limited spots, so they did like a lottery and put everybody's name in the hat to draw like
Didn't get
5 or
drawn.
6, and I did not get drawn. I wish I would. That was maybe the one thing I did not do that I wish I could have done.
Just jumping out of something.
Oh, that's
Something perfectly good.
I don't know.
I would have done that.
But then,
I'd do that right now.
Do you throw your own chute at that level? Like, because I mean, you got the
What
balloon.
what they did, that was a static line, so you're hooked in.
Hooked in.
So when you jump out of that hot air balloon, it pulls your
It pulls
parachute
it.
out.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never
I
went,
would-
but I would go. I would go.
Skydiving?
Yeah. I think there's only one thing that I have signed up for that I backed away from, and it was with Ryan in Vegas. We were at the Stratosphere, and up at the top you have a roller coaster that I have ridden before that shoots you out over the strip, and you're just dangling off this hotel. And then it pulls you back and shoots you back like 3 or 4 times. Well, me and Ryan go up there. I'm like, man, I've done this. Let's go. And it was like 10 o'clock at night, and I bet the wind gusts were like 40 to 50 miles an hour. There's nobody on this ride but Ryan. He's like, man, I want to be in the front. I can do it. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. And so he's out front, and about the second time back, he gets off, and he's like, man, one more of those things, and I wasn't feeling good. That's really the only time that I feel like, I mean, knowing I was coming on here, I was thinking about the like fear factor when you know you're signing up for something. Like, I do not like snakes, and I do not like eating certain things. But like, if you're going into it knowing, I feel like, you know, I'd rally to that. But just doing it to do it, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to eat a cockroach
No.
just to eat it. Yeah.
No.
But if you got 50 grand on the line, yeah, I'm
It's
trying
going
to
down.
beat you. Yeah. Look how far Joe Rogan has come.
I know. Look at that.
He's on every
Yeah.
UFC fight and biggest podcast in the world. What are you going to do?
yes.
But yeah, that's I always wanted to go on Fear Factor because I would tell Christy, I think I can win. I think I could win that episode. Like, I think I could do it. I would probably go on it today if it existed. But
We could make that happen in here.
I don't
A
think.
fear factor
Well,
podcast.
you got to have some money on the line for that one. They were giving away 50 grand an episode.
They were.
But
More than that, I think.
even today, this happened within the last week because they used to do some challenges where you're like dive underwater, you know, in like a big giant pool, and you had to like swim down and unlock some lock. You got a key ring with 10 keys on it and got to unlock some, only one key works, whatever, and it's all time. I had a bunch of keys on a key ring the other day, and I trying to find the one to fit this lock, and I was like, all right, if this is Fear Factor, you got to go in order. Don't get it mixed up. I had my own little Fear Factor right there with nothing on the line. But I won. I did good.
I was thinking about coming on here of Big Brother, not Big Brother, Amazing Race. And while me and Amanda would be out as soon as we had to drive a stick, but like thinking about like cliff diving or things that they have to do, I'm thinking like I would do it for, you know, the reward at the end of the tunnel. But
See, I could do that show, but I would not have ever done it with my wife. Like
that's marriage counseling.
Yeah. My Army buddy Shane that we talked about told a big story on here several episodes ago. Like, he and I talked about we could do that, we could win that, we could do, but I would never go on that show with Christy. Just, I mean, where you have a divorce lawyer at the finish line because we would need one.
Kind of funny and awkward watching it all play out usually, but
Yeah, the stick shift car would get us.
We always, whenever we watch, we always try to say who would do this one, who would do this thing. We're all like, I don't know if I can do that one.
those flights would make me just booking those flights would just anxiety.
He's done. He's done. He can't get off the ground.
But it's competition. It's different when it's competition.
Right.
So
Very true.
they reference Russell driving slow, and he's told stories of driving slow. We had a competition here a couple weeks ago of a game night scavenger hunt thing, and I heard tell that Russell was a little.
I was just driving normal.
Little-
It was completely normal.
game mode. He was testing the limits of the gas pedal on that one.
No.
I can attest on a trip to, I believe, Memphis, going 60, 65 on the interstate all the way, and then coming in on two wheels into your subdivision in Indian Hills, crossing over. Might have been doing 70 in that, trying to get
We were
you
in
up.
a rental car, though. Right? It wasn't my own car. I think we were in a rental car.
That's
Now
true.
we found the secret.
All bets are off with the rental car.
Yeah.
Fears
Definitely
and
a rental.
phobias. We've been dancing around it. Anybody got a good one? I know Zach has a list. What's something good on the list that you've come up with?
Let's see. I mean, we've probably heard of fear of failure, fear of death, fear of spiders, fear of driving. But then there are some that like the weirdest and most rare phobias. Fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth. That's number one. I'm allergic to peanuts, so that doesn't apply to me. But I don't have a
number
fear
one.
of that.
So
That's
that
number
would be,
one.
but that would be a fear if somebody tried to torture you with peanut
Peanut
butter.
butter.
Then you could weigh in on the sweet or
Is
savory.
peanut
debate.
butter sweet or savory? Is that-
All right, well, hold up. He doesn't know because he's allergic to it. This happened
That's
today.
true.
It's not
That's
sweet
true.
though. It's definitely not sweet.
Well, how
My
do you
God.
know?
I'm just
My
telling
God.
you.
My guy over there.
Well, no. I almost don't want to say it now, but I already started. Today, I had a spoon of peanut butter by itself.
Yes.
I was wrong.
Wow.
Well, write that down.
Yeah.
It's
Say
recorded.
that one more time. Say that into that camera right there. What? Say that into that camera right there.
Peanut butter by itself, savory.
Takes a big man right there.
That's right. Wow.
Yeah. I wanted.
You wanted it to be sweet
I
so
was like,
bad, didn't
this
you?
is sweet. It's got to be sweet. It's not sweet. It's not sweet. So I was wrong. I'm on the other bandwagon now.
Gotcha. That happens.
Sorry, Lori.
She's holding strong. We talked about it today when we were riding together.
I did it. I did it today.
Did it?
Yeah. Peanut butter getting stuck to the roof of your mouth.
Number 2, fear of being without your cell phone.
That's a real deal for some people. Not for me. I could be like Russell, drop it in a bucket of paint.
I don't have that. That's one I can cross off the list right there.
Yeah.
Does it bother you like if your kids take your phone and then you can't find it? Like you go crazy looking for it?
Not really.
That's the first thing he gives his kids. If
Yeah, just take this.
I mean, he leaves it sometimes at a job site to go get lunch. He ain't worried about the kids taking it.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll just leave it at home.
I thought number 7 was weird. Fear of the number 8. Like the number? Like that doesn't,
That's
I don't know.
That's odd.
Fear of opening one's eye. Fear of balloons.
Opening one's eye,
Yeah.
like just having your eyes open,
Open.
is a fear.
That's it's number 8 on
Have you
here.
ever heard that before?
No.
See, right here. Fear of belly buttons.
They're weird.
Like, who
They're
filled
weird,
this
but
out?
I'm not
They're
scared
weird.
of them.
I think.
It might not look great.
No.
Fear of making decisions. Dining with others.
I don't know if people may be scared of making decisions, but I know people that can't make decisions.
Very
I,
true.
I live with one.
Yeah.
Maybe 2, depending on when we're trying to figure out where to go to eat.
Well, that's,
That's a
The menu trips me up. Ordering. Oh, I hate that every time.
What do you
Every time I go out to eat, I hate it.
Do you look ahead of time? So you
you
already
tell
Yeah,
know?
we always look ahead of time.
Tell them your dream spot. What you would do?
My dream restaurant would be if they just bring it to you.
you don't order.
You don't know what it
Right.
is?
Right.
You're just there, and you'll eat whatever they got.
Yeah, I did that for so many. I've done that for so many years. We went to the kids' camp last week, and food was just there. Either eat or you don't. I loved it. It's great. You don't have to
That's
sit
not
there.
a
and
terrible
worry.
idea.
I always pictured the waiter, the waitress would come to the table. Size you up.
Oh, they would pick, so it just wouldn't be a standard item for everybody.
Right. They would come out. They'd be trained. Size you up. Just all right. I got you. Then they'd come back with everything. You just either eat
I
it or
like
you don't.
that.
Yeah.
Dude,
Russell's Restaurant.
Russell's Restaurant.
That would
He's had this going for some
Long
time.
time. Long time.
I would try. That would be a novel. Like people would go there just to try. What's the restaurant where they throw the bread at you and stuff?
Oh,
Some people go
the
there
beach,
just
yeah.
for the experience
Lambert's?
of that. Yeah. and I don't know if that's the same one or not, but there's one where like the waiters are rude to you and make jokes and stuff. Like people go there just for that experience. They would go just for the experience. The menu is like, would you have price ranges? So you have $10 meal, $15 meal, $20
I
meal.
don't think there's a menu. There's not a menu or anything.
There's not a menu.
Well,
no.
but is there a choice? Like,
Yeah, because Fano's not going if he doesn't know the cost.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's got to be like a special. I mean, it's not like they're not going to have like a $60 steak.
Yeah, it's not fine down or anything.
It's like
you
It's
put
like,
it in the waiter's
I mean,
hands.
I think you got to give them a price range. So, like, you know,
Gotcha.
It's like Old Charlie's.
okay.
Like, all the, it can go from, I don't know what it is now, 15 probably up to
20.
25.
20, 25, something like that. And then they
Okay.
just,
Because that way, if I go on a date, I know it's me and my wife. All right, if 25, like we're $50, I'm going to plan on spending the highest, $50. All right, planning for that going in. I don't want to go in and it's one of these Gordon Ramsay restaurants and I just dropped $1,500. I'm
No,
I'm
it would
going
be
to
like-
have to wash some dishes.
we would have a salad bar, which is my favorite. That way, I love salad bar because when you get there, it's instant food. Have a little salad bar, and then we just bring you out a little entree.
You gotta have bread too. Basket of bread is a plus.
Yeah, we'll bring you out some bread.
Okay.
It may be rolls, cornbread, whatever we're feeling that night.
I like it. There used to be a restaurant close to here where we record the podcast, Hendersonville. I don't remember the name of the restaurant. It was in Indian Lake where the movie theater, all that is. But their bread was muffins.
September's?
Is it
Was it
September's?
September's?
No, it was like, had like a grandma name or something, like Ruth's Diner or something like that. That's not it. But Mimi's
that was out
Cafe?
front.
Cafe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
it's
out
out front. Yeah, by where Buffalo Wild Wings,
Yeah.
like at
Yeah.
that front part. But like they would bring a basket and it's like different muffins. And they were great.
My favorite bread and muffin is Jim and Nick's. Like it's not even.
Oh,
close.
that's the little cheese biscuit,
Muffin. Oh,
cheese muffin. Yeah.
hands down.
Yeah, that is good. I bought that mix before and brought it home. If you don't know what that is, check out a Jim and Nick's barbecue place. Whew. The little cheese muffins,
Like them.
good stuff.
That it
But
is.
I'm down for Russell's Restaurant.
See, I thought you would hate that idea.
No, I'm all about that.
Takes away the. Hey, what are we getting? Just
Yeah,
Tell me what-
it
tell
takes
me
away
what's-
that family argument. It's like, where do y'all want? We don't care. We're going to Russell's.
and we're gonna let Russell pick. Like,
We're going to Russell's.
Right.
I like it.
I can see where you would like your waiter or waitress. Right, I'm coming back, but I've got to ask for because she knows what I
Yeah.
like.
You would get good tips. You could make a living doing that,
Yeah, if you keep coming back and you're like, I gotta sit in Zach's section. Like, is
He
Zach
knows-
working
he knows-
today?
He knows
He
me.
knows.
He knows me.
Yeah.
There we go, Russell. Here you go.
Hey, we might have to find some backers for this. We'll have our first official sponsor, Russell's Restaurant. That's good stuff.
What would you think I would be interested in if you were my waiter?
Chicken and dumplings.
Wow, just
Well,
come out
I mean-
firing.
Well, that's a
Here's
good one.
here's the thing. Like Fano has
Chicken and dumplings and meatloaf.
decades of experience with Russell. I mean, they go back to school days, right? So they know.
Chicken and dump. I mean,
Playing
that,
on
that
the-
wouldn't make my top 10.
Country fried steak, maybe.
Well, I know Russell likes a good steak. I know he likes a
Salisbury
baked
steak.
potato. I know, like,
Meat and potatoes, guy.
I'd be an easy one. There's not much I don't like, but yes, chicken and dumplings is my number one.
I would not have guessed that.
would not.
We
So you could-
we got
It
something
had to be
working
your. It
here.
had to be your mom's blend, though. I mean,
That's the best, of course,
I mean-
But there are others that Crackle Barrel has a good. I mean, it's doable. It's not my mom's for sure. My mom hates fixing them too, which is really bad because they're my favorite. So.
Is it homemade? Like
Yeah, she
dumplings
makes
and stuff?
She said, I've got to put them in one at a time. So if I do something for her or my birthday, she'll have me a pot. She'll have me a big thing of them.
So is there anything that you won't eat? Not that you're afraid of it, but like you just would. Like, are you a sushi guy?
No.
No sushi at Russell's
No, I've never
Restaurant.
tried that before.
I've tried it, but I'm not a sushi guy personally.
I just load it up on soy sauce. So it
Can't
doesn't.
do it. Can't do it.
You like sushi? But your wife does. She's
Oh yes, that's her favorite thing. Would be sushi.
But I love tuna fish.
Starkist?
Many of it.
Is there another one?
I don't think that.
Chicken
Chicken
at
at
sea.
sea.
Yeah.
Bumblebee tuna.
Yes. But that's not a fear of like food. You just choose not to eat them.
Right. I've never had it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not going to go there.
But like on a game show or something, if they ask you to eat something crazy, you're in.
I mean, what we talking about prizes here? Like that factors into it, I think.
Yeah. I need my stuff cooked.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could do uncooked stuff depending on
Agreed.
the price. If it's a competition, now if it's just the four of us knuckleheads sitting around a table, nah, I probably don't need that. But
Gotta let him take that one.
when you put some money out there and it's like a legit competition, I'm
So you do anything for money?
not anything. No, but
This is gonna go south real quick.
for me, it's more about the competition than the money. But
I can get you a makeshift trophy if it makes you feel
that's what
good.
I'm saying. Like I don't care to eat a cockroach to say I ate a cockroach in a competition. But when you put that 50 G's out there on Fear Factor, all right, I can probably eat that cockroach. You know
That's
what I
your
mean?
motivation is competition and
Money.
What about on the Fear Factor? I'd always be scared to get that one where I'm in that box with all the snakes.
I don't like snakes.
I don't
I
know
don't
if
like
that's
snakes.
if that's doable. And they put them on you.
I can do it in that environment. I can do it. I would do it right now if Joe Rogan walked in the door. But
Daniel is
any other time, nah, you keep those snakes
I had
away
one
from
where
me.
you stuck your head up and they had
In the hole.
They had the scorpions.
Oh,
Yeah.
Spiders. They
No.
dump those spiders
Snakes
and
are the worst for
scorpions.
me. Snakes are. Me and Indiana Jones, we don't care about the snakes.
I hate on Survivor where they have to. I mean, where they have like a bar or something. You have to dig through the. You have to dig underneath
under the
sand.
sand.
Oh.
And
That's
yeah,
that's like the. I mean, you could kind of mow through that, but that would be like getting stuck in that.
scared of that.
oh,
the
that
fear.
one gets you. Mine
Yeah.
is that where they're in that.
net.
No, in the ocean, and they're in that metal box, and they can only breathe
all over
They
their
have
face.
to come up through the deal.
in the water. And the
Yes.
tide starts coming
Yes.
in.
Sometimes they have to shut down the competition
Last
because
year,
the tide rolled. Yes.
No, that's
That's a good one.
I'd be
Russell.
out on that one. That one's spooky.
That's
He died trying to win Survivor.
Breathing through that. And breathing
yeah, that
through
little
that
bit.
hole.
It's a little bitty cutout that you have to.
No,
It's a mental discipline to like be calm, slow your breathing down, do all that.
waves come.
Be
Crawling
freaking
under the
out.
sand, like it's harder than it looks on there, and it
Oh,
is
yeah.
scary.
Digging it out.
Oh, yeah,
digging
you
it
know
out and
it's hot,
everything.
too.
And yeah,
It's hot.
plus you're exhausted.
You're exhausted,
I mean,
no
yeah.
food. Like
Yeah.
that's hard. It's
That
hard
is.
if we were to go do it right now.
Every time I see those, I'm like, man.
And I mean, you're those sand in your face and your eyes and
Yes.
your mouth, nose, all that. Like
Amanda threw it on like small spaces or like elevator getting in there. Like if it just shut off, would that bother you? Claustrophobic?
no, not really.
I'd be more scared it's
guess.
going to fall. Just being in it, I could deal with that.
The problem I would have would be the other people in there.
In there.
I'm like,
Yeah.
if they're freaking out, and you're like, come on, man, just it's not that bad.
We'll eventually get out.
You hope.
Hope. There's a little phone in there.
There's no reported case ever of somebody
Right.
just being in the elevator
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
Like they're going to get you out.
It's very true. Very true.
Bob and Sally Smith, they're still stuck. New York City.
Never know, man. Never know.
First time for everything, right?
People used to get stuck.
Sliding baloney in there for the, that's all they can get
People
through
used to
there.
get stuck in in the elevator all the time in the hotels that I worked at. They'd be so mad.
Jumping up and down in them.
They'd get mad because it stops on them. Whew. They'd be so
Always
mad.
want, so like if you pull the fire alarm, right? So then the elevator stop working. So if somebody's
It
on there,
automatically drops down to the ground level. It's supposed to.
but doors open. Oh, okay.
That's handy.
It should.
I was just thinking like if a kid pulled it, you're on it. Now you're stuck there waiting
Yeah.
on the fire department to come.
Yeah. Now sometimes, I mean, it didn't, and they would just be stuck there, and you'd have to wait. Wait it out.
Are you okay?
Those firemen get so mad when they come out there. Sorry.
Firemen get mad at
Coming out to
the people or the situation.
Do their
just the
job.
situation, both. No, open up an elevator. open up an elevator or whatever, they're not. I mean, which I understand. I mean, they need to be saving lives. They would be very mad.
Whoever's in the elevator would say they are.
They'd be mad.
Scared of flying has a name. Aerophobia.
I think I
I
got
would
that
think
one.
flying and heights are probably the top two. But I mean, like, I got friends that won't public speak. Like, they won't stand up in front of people. Like, they're legit afraid of that. But I would say flying and heights have got to be, and some sort of insect, I would guess.
I mean, anybody scared of just heights? I mean, we talked about not flying and all that, but would you say you're scared of heights? That's not why the drop line, you don't like it. It's just coming out of the
just
seat
the motion
kind of thing.
of just dropping down. Just any kind of free fall.
I'm not crazy. I've been up pretty high in some of my work, but
Yeah.
it'll get you.
Like you building a house or doing some work on a house, if you're on a roof, I'm a million times more scared to go stand on a roof than I am to jump out of a plane. It's night and day difference because I don't have the safety factor when I stand on the roof. If I'm skydiving, I've got a parachute and a reserve parachute. I feel comfortable in that safety stuff, in the safety of that situation. To go stand on a roof right now, my knees are knocking.
That you didn't build? I mean, does that have anything to do with it? Like,
No. The
Just-
fear of falling off the roof.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to die falling off a roof.
It depends on how high it is.
I'd take my chances of that versus a chute not opening.
Well, but you might not die. You might what if you break your neck and you're paralyzed or you're a vegetable or something like that? Like,
I mean,
Is the likelihood of me falling off the roof like that or me jumping out of a plane and two chutes not opening up? I'm probably not going to make that.
yeah,
The house, I'm at least going to survive.
how many,
very true.
I mean, just
That's a good point.
try and think back to news stories or people talking, whatever. How many times have you heard somebody, oh, so-and-so fell off the roof versus this dude, his parachute didn't open? You never hear about parachutes not open.
Okay, so hold on. Around this table, we know that you jumped out of a plane and broke your leg.
My parachute worked fine. My landing was not great.
But can any of us name somebody that's fallen off the roof?
He's falling off the roof. Didn't you fall? Was it a roof?
No.
What did you fall out?
No.
What did you fall out of?
I fell out of some scaffolding.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know. It was you were up pretty high, weren't you?
Not too terribly high.
Okay.
But it did hurt. It did
I remember.
hurt.
I remember you falling.
It did hurt. Yes. Yeah.
But you're still here.
Yeah.
He is
yeah.
still here.
Yeah.
And I know that Bob Brown fell out through a bridge.
I mean, my father-in-law, he wasn't on the roof, but he was on a ladder, and he didn't fall. Somebody knocked him over, a coworker, but broke both wrists.
Did Jason fall off a ladder? Off of their porch and fell off a ladder.
I don't know.
But for me, like, because I worked with parachutes I know they're gonna work. Like, I could teach you today, right now, to pack a parachute, and I'd jump it.
Would it be possible to put some big parachutes on an airplane?
What do you mean? Like, we put big parachute. The military puts big parachutes on airplanes all the time. Talking about the airplane itself?
Yeah.
That's the one you fought.
That's the one you need.
That would help me.
If you wanted to airdrop an airplane, so if you had a small plane like a Cessna, something like that, that's a smaller plane, if you can fit that inside a larger plane, which you can, like a large cargo plane, you can push the first plane out with the parachute on it, and it would drop down to the
Because that's how you
ground
get goods and things, right? I mean, the thing.
anything
vehicles.
that can fit inside an airplane, we can airdrop out.
Yeah.
But they can't put
But-
4 parachutes on a commercial airplane.
Yeah.
If we're going down, we got no engines. Just throw the parachute and we're good.
There's no current technology that does that.
Let me write that down. That's my second after I get my restaurant going.
He's got Russells and then the jetliner.
Because the thing, they would have to be enclosed
Right, and then release.
and release. Something like, when
Airline
space missions go back and they come to Earth, those parachutes are enclosed in that capsule, and then they
Top blows
eject
and
from the. So something like that, yes, could.
Oh, everybody
be.
could just get in their own little lifeboat kind of life.
No, I'm saying in the airplane, it would have to be because of the aerodynamics and all that. You don't want that resistance of parachutes mounted on the top. But if they were below the skin of the aircraft, and in an emergency, a hatch blew and the parachutes came out. That could work. That could work.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
We're making all kinds of new ideas right here.
Russell's
I
Restaurant.
got a lot
Russell's,
of ideas up in here.
NASA, we want our royalties from that right there. Or Boeing.
I'm sure
or
they're
whoever
working
takes
on it.
that.
I'm sure they're working on it somewhere.
I've got a friend that he rides motorcycles, which I do not. I don't have any.
Scared of motorcycles?
Like I would ride, but not with him. Like it would have to be some kind of maybe like closed off course or something. He's got this gear and he's fallen off multiple times, all kinds of crazy injuries. But he's got this suit, and when it detects that you're off the motorcycle, it inflates to give you like cushion to fall. And I'm like,
Makes sense.
how do we come up with that technology? Of like, now
They watched.
smart.
they watched him.
Well, no, what's that movie? Sylvester Stallone. He's a cop in the future with Wesley Snipes. Demolition Man.
Demolition Man.
Demolition Man.
When the car wrecks, the car fills with like a foam. So instead of an airbag, like the entire car fills with foam, and it hardens pretty instantly, so it protects him. And you just like bust out, and you're like, I'm good.
Look at that.
That's nice.
Another fear that's probably number one is probably dying.
Fear of death's on here.
I would
Yep.
probably say that one might be that one is probably above flying. Mm-hmm. And I'm just thinking maybe not, but I was just when I was younger, I used to obsess over like dying and death and everything. I used to.
I think about ways that I
all
don't
the time.
want to die. Like I
Yeah.
don't want to drown.
Yeah.
I don't want to burn.
Yeah. Just like unknown stuff, like, obviously you go to heaven,
You have to pull it all back into the spiritual realm.
the spiritual realm
That-
and everything.
that's
Go to
the-
heaven with what can you see?
But
What
I
are you
think
gonna
that's
do? And all that. Just that used to like consume my mind a lot. But as I've gotten older, it's just, but I used to like just think of all sorts of stuff like that.
I think Satan uses that fear to keep us away from God, which sounds crazy. It's like, well, if I'm scared of dying, why wouldn't I be closer to
Yeah.
God? But I think he uses it to
Yeah.
keep us away from that, and just the anything. He uses anything and everything to kind of
Right. Yeah.
put a wedge between us and God.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here's a crazy one. Anybody scared of needles? That's not the crazy one. Anybody scared of like getting a shot or anything? Y'all
I
good on
don't
that?
like them, but
Yeah.
I just close my eyes.
Fear of air. Fear of flowers. What was the crazy?
There's
Fear
literally a fear
of
for everything.
bathing. Anybody scared of taking a bath? That is, I don't know if I'm going to say this right. A blutophobia. A blue.
that's why I wish Ryan was here.
Phobia.
We could have given him all these and tell him to pronounce them.
A
That's the fear of bathing.
fear of bathing. A blutophobia.
Oh, that is on here. It's number 6.
Fear of bathing.
Yep. ABLUTO.
Yeah. Fear of gravity.
Only when you're falling.
Here's the most, I don't know, maybe not the most, but a politically incorrect.
Uh-oh.
Fear of ugliness.
Fear of ugliness.
You just judging everybody. I'm scared of you because you ugly. That's
Wow.
I don't know how you really pronounce this, but cacophobia. Cacophobia. CACO phobia. Fear of spending money.
Got a touch of that.
Fear of spending it?
He's just
Yeah.
thrifty. He's just thrifty.
Just a touch.
He got into a softball tournament for free.
Oh, I did hear that. I did hear that.
Fear of dentists. That's pretty common. Anybody scared of the dentist? Going to the dentist? Letting them drill on your teeth or do
I
whatever
don't
they
like,
got
I don't like the noise. But
Yeah.
No, I've got a good dentist, but I am deathly scared to go to the doctor.
I just don't go.
I don't go.
Just off of
My childhood.
your childhood. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I had the worst. I mean, I'm sorry he's not with us anymore, but I had the worst doctor in the world.
And he scarred you for-
mean?
Oh, my
like
goodness.
mean to you, or like
Well-
just scared you, or we don't have to dive into that one.
Story time with Russell right here.
He had it was the worst office. I mean, I can see every bit of it in my mind right this second. It was 40 years ago. It seems like it was yesterday. I mean, it was the dumpiest place that you've ever seen in your life. And you would go in there, and there would be people everywhere. It was him and one nurse. That was it. That's all that worked there. And you would get there, and you would wait, and you would wait, and you would wait. Then they'd finally, the nurse, her name was Guynita. She would come and get you. And first thing they would do is take your blood with a razor blade.
What?
What are you talking about, man? Are you being serious?
I'm being dead serious. They would take a razor blade.
Bloodletting in this.
They would take a razor to get your blood. They would use a razor blade to get your
You went
to
here
draw
often?
every time I was sick and for physicals every year.
They took a razor blade.
I promise, dude. And then you would go into the rooms. I'm not lying.
Keep going. Like,
Fano's
Are you
calling
okay?
for
Are you okay?
time out over here.
You're okay.
But we're good.
You're okay.
I'm good.
So they get the razor blade. They
They
stick
get your
you.
blood, yeah. And then you would go into this little bitty room, and he had these beds that were this tall, where he didn't have to bend over, and you would have to get up on this bed, up in the air, and then you would sit there for hours. Hours. It got so bad that my mom, after a while, she bought a black and white TV to take to the doctor's office where we could watch TV while we were there. And he would finally, he was a good doctor, I'm sure, but this whole thing, he would come in and he would have notes from the last time you were there. He's like, "Oh, how's your girlfriend Laura doing?" And I'm like, "How?" And I'm, as a little kid, I was like, "How does he remember all this stuff and know all? How's your math? Are you still doing good at math?" You know, and he'd say all these questions, and you would get a shot every single time. He would
He had to give you a tetanus shot for that razor blade.
He would give you a shot. It was a clean razor blade. It was a medical, but he would. But I can remember just pulling away, and she would just have to pull me.
can I ask where this place is located?
This place is located
In a van?
in Madison.
It's a mobile unit.
In the middle of Madison. It's Dr. Carney's office. I know people already knew that, the ones that went there.
I'm going to need references. If you know people that went there,
Him and Tanisha, whatever the nurse was.
Guynita. He was a great doctor. All people say he was a great doctor, but just I would not want to get out of school. I would not want to get out of school because I knew I would have to go get a physical in the summertime. That's how much I hated it. I hated it.
Did you not bleed out when he used the razor blade?
They just did a little. It was just a poke, and the blood would, and then they would get one of these clear tubes and fill it up. You know, It's just. They would test it. Oh, it was. So you would get there. It's like if you got there at 10 o'clock in the morning, you would leave at 4 in the afternoon. You would be there for 6 hours.
I'm going to have Miss Marshall verify this with me.
She would. It's the truth.
She bought a TV. Dude.
She bought a TV.
Who's going to haul around a TV back in those days?
So I just assumed this is how everybody's doctor was.
Man.
And so the first time Charlie, my oldest boy, got sick, we took him over here to the doctor, and I'm like, "What is this place? It looks like a playground when we're going in here. There's toys." And we were out of there in like 25 minutes, and I'm like, "What is going on here?" This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. I assumed all doctors' offices were like what I went through.
He spent a full 24 hours downloading stuff on an iPad to take for Charlie to watch.
We're gonna be here all day.
It was
get ready, Charlie.
It
Lock up
was
these 6 hours.
insane. It was insane what we would go through to go
So,
with a doctor.
Which finger do you not want to hurt for the next 3 days, Charlie? You're about to take a razor.
It was always
to
my
that
left.
So
It was always this one, right? Because they didn't want to do it. I mean, there was this left one. It was this left one right here.
So
Non-shooting hand.
knowing
Just a little kid, man. Terrible.
knowing that it's changed because you've been with Charlie and you saw the playground.
Yeah.
Does that impact you, like knowing that things might
Some
have
deep
changed?
trauma and scars
I've
here.
never, I've never been to the doctor since I was 18. I have never been to the doctor for a physical. I've had to go once or twice for other things. For when I got really sick, but I have not been for a physical, and I would love to, but I just don't think I can do it.
But you know they've changed though.
Right? Yeah,
But
I know.
you still don't really.
It's
really,
hard.
Really
It
trust
is
it.
hard.
I got you.
I mean, that's a lifetime of trauma right there.
Russell, I never knew that. I've known you in 30-some years.
Well, I don't talk about it a lot.
Confession time right here.
Let me tell you, if we do another Don't Laugh challenge,
That's coming out.
I'm on Russell's team because he broke all of us. He broke all of us.
Oh, man, Russell, those razor blades. That razor blade got me.
Was your doctor experience when you were little not that bad?
Oh, I had Dr. Fleet.
I do remember a doctor I
Dr.
went to
Fleet.
as a little kid, and I thought it was cool because he had the waiting room had like a, it's kind of walled off, pretty much like if you imagine a closet that was 6 feet by 6 feet, kind of in the corner of the room. And inside that closet is toys and stuff like that. And the only way you can get in is a little bitty door on the floor that you had to crawl through. It's basically like a doggy door. So only the kids could go in there. I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
We didn't
But
have
I
anything
do
like that.
I do remember every time I went to that doctor, I got a shot. I do remember that.
Just giving them out like Tylenol.
When we did
That's
that
right.
physical, he would take that hammer and hit you about as hard as he could on your knee. Oh! It was unbelievable.
This was a government experiment or something. Your mom was getting paid to take you to the doctor. That's how she afforded that TV y'all haul around.
Marsha Mundy.
She is an avid listener.
I
of
don't
this
know if you
podcast.
listen to the podcast.
She does. She never misses any of
But we're
it.
going to need you on
I think we just call it right now.
next episode. We're going to have to. We're gonna have to unpack
She'll take
this a
up
little
for.
bit more.
She'll take up for him. She'll take up for him. But it was it was rough. It
I mean, the
was
thing that
rough.
got me in that story, she hauled a TV around. And I'm sure it was like a little 13-inch kind of deal, but still, that was a feat.
You know you're going to be somewhere a long time if you bring a TV with you.
Back in those days,
In the
for sure.
80s,
In
yeah.
the 80s, that's, yeah.
If you go at 10, you're leaving it.
It's terrible. I could tell you other
Waiting
things.
for
It's
hours,
terrible.
hours. And then you climb up into this bed,
man.
way up.
Way I could see every detail of every bit of that place. What was on the wall. It was a traumatic. It was the most traumatic thing that's ever happened in my life so far. Is going to the doctor when I was little. Tell you that.
Fear of doctors.
My kids love going. Oh, we're gonna go over there. We might get to go in the treasure box.
There's no treasure box.
Hey,
like that.
hey, no treasure box. Dr.
Treasure box was getting to walk out and go home. That was the only treasure we were looking for. Finally getting ready to leave.
Don't forget the TV, Mom.
Gotta get that TV.
Oh, Russell.
It's 100% true, all that.
Here, fear of doctors. I may not pronounce this right. Iatrophobia. IATRO phobia.
Do you have that, Russell?
Yep.
With Guy Rita or whatever.
Guy
Guy Rita.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can just feel my heart just being in. Yeah. Oh, man. It's like, you're going to have to calm down. Your blood pressure is sky high. I'm like, I can't help it.
I just got stabbed with a razor blade.
Just in some gang warfare in the lobby out there. Like, yeah. Flip it to channel 3, would you, Doc? Sesame Street's coming on.
I'm picturing that black TV set that like had a handle at the top. Is that what we're talking about here? Yeah.
I mean, black and white. It's probably a little black and white.
Yeah.
set.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Had it for a long time.
The rabbit ears. You pull it up, pull the antennas
out.
Yeah.
Tuck them back down when you're done.
Yeah. And you got to do it from the bottom. If you do it from the top, they break
off.
Yeah.
Break right off.
And once they bend, you just got to break it off. It ain't gonna.
Oh, it's good stuff. Good stuff.
Well, let's see. Let's go over a couple more phobias real quick. This is another weird one. Fear of long words. Anyone want to guess what that is? Fear of long words.
I'm sure it's a long word.
I'll let you pronounce this
No,
one.
absolutely not. I know it starts with hippo.
Go ahead.
No, I can't.
Give it a shot.
There's too
Give
many
it a
letters.
go.
I ain't even made it halfway through, and it's like all the way over here.
Yeah, you got to sound it out.
All right, hang on. Hippo. I'll start with an M. Hippo. I can't even go that far. Hippo. Stroisquip.
Phobia.
That seems fake.
Give it a shot there, Fano.
Hippopoto.
Mo.
Phobia.
That. Fear of long words.
Pretty good.
Fear of rooms. Fear of a room.
How's that work?
Like, what?
Like
where do you
locked
go?
in a room?
It just says
or-
fear of rooms. Like being in a
I know
room,
people that
maybe?
don't like office space that didn't have windows, like that they can't see outside.
Yeah.
But
So fear of death or
Yeah.
dead things. Necrophobia.
Yeah.
That is a real thing.
are your kids scared of anything? Like Zoe mentioned thunder.
I mean, Amelia with dogs. I mean, that's Lori, though. Grant? Storms. I mean, like, just in typical. Just thunder. And
I think my daughter doesn't care for dogs much. She was scared as a younger girl. She was kind of scared of dogs, but I don't think they're scared her too much that I know of. She still doesn't like thunder and stuff. She's okay with it now, but she's still like, it's not her favorite thing.
Yeah, Zoe's got a bag downstairs, pillow, blanket. So she just goes take it off down there. She's fine to camp out down there. But
And it's weird. Like I like to watch a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
I like to watch lightning. I like all that. I guess we will wrap it up with this one. Fear of vacuum cleaners. Fear of vacuum cleaners.
hate to see their eyes.
Zweigerphobia.
no.
Probably did not pronounce that right, but there it is. Zuiger phobia.
Yowzers.
There you go. Fears and phobias from doctors to jumping out of planes and everything in between.
You ever seen that guy on top of those buildings doing on that hovercraft? Ever seen him?
I don't think
Not
so.
on buildings. I've seen the guy that
French.
jumps. Like they're like those kids that just like run and jump from building to building doing flips. I'm like,
This guy, like those hovercrafts that used to be, like, he'd be up on these 100 of stories buildings and he would do them. He would roll right to the edge of it,
no.
but he fell off one.
Really?
Yeah.
What about like
Need to look his videos up. It'll make you almost sick watching him.
going to like nature things like the Grand Canyon, like looking down into that? Is that, or I don't know, looking off of a big building? Does that?
It depends on the situation. I mean, I've been on top of roofs of large buildings for different stuff, and it'll grab your stomach a little bit, but I still walk over there and do it.
Yeah.
I see people pose with pictures on rocks, or they're hanging off.
Yeah, that scares me more because depends on the terrain. But if I slip or something, if I'm on a building of a roof, it's not just roof and a straight drop. Normally, there's a wall that still
Some
comes
ledge
up,
over there, yeah.
Waist high maybe. So, but yeah, I mean, you slip off a rock or something like that, dude. You're
What about that thing in Chicago where you're in that clear?
oh yeah, I'm fine
floor.
with that.
Would you do that?
Yeah,
Would
I'm
you do
fine
that,
with
Fauna?
I don't know.
I
I'm
would.
not sure. The last time, I mean, and maybe that's weird. Maybe I'm contradicting myself too. The last time I went to the Arch, it wasn't like fun. I mean, I looked out and everything, but I mean, I kept looking out. The longer I looked out, was like, I don't know.
Well, it kind of
that's the first time.
It moves up there a little bit.
Yeah,
when you're in there.
that was the first time. I guess I don't know. I guess it has to do it, but I don't really have a problem with planes though.
Amanda doesn't like the car ride up.
Yeah, no, I don't.
get in
Yeah,
that-
I
I've
don't
never
like-
been to
I
the
don't
top
like
of the arch, but everybody says that elevator is rickety. Like it is one.
It just kind of goes like that, and like it's weird. Like
Just small,
yeah,
3 or 4.
It's amazing.
yeah,
They did that.
it is. But yeah, last time I was there, I was ready to come down.
The one thing I don't like as I get older, say if I'm on like a long suspension bridge or something, that's whatever. If there's some kids or somebody out there like swinging it and stuff, it's like, hey, dude, like, we don't need all that. All right, I'm good to be on here, but I don't need you doing that.
20 years ago, you're right there.
That's old man syndrome right there.
You're good on like boats and stuff, like cruises, like in the middle, out in the middle of the like,
That don't
sea
bother
and
me.
stuff like that. Yeah,
No, she wants to go to Europe someday, so we're gonna cruise over there at some point.
I was going to say, well, you could fly, but that takes away the.
So you're going
Russell
to
doesn't like to
drive
fly.
to like New York and go out of New
No.
York Harbor and cruise across
Yep.
and cruise back.
You don't
And
have
then
to drive
drive
to
back.
New York.
you have to go to New
Where
York.
what other cruise ship is going to go?
Oh,
You going to come from the Gulf?
you could, yeah.
You can leave from.
I mean, he drove to Miami. Where'd y'all drive for your honeymoon?
Miami. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think there's a cruise ship that goes out of Miami across.
I'm sure there is. I guarantee there is.
I mean, I'm immediately thinking New
The,
York
the Florida ports, they're
all
going to
the
come
ones
out
that
because Port Canaveral's on this side.
yeah, they're going to leave from
Not
like
that farther to New York, is it?
My,
anywhere on the
what,
East
to
To
Coast.
Miami?
my in-laws just went. They left out of New York. I think.
I'm not saying you can leave out of New York, but he doesn't have to go to New York to do that. I say anywhere on the East Coast is going to get you
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. What ports are on the East Coast?
Virginia Beach, D.C., not
Cruises
D.C.
leave
Cruises out of there?
Like there's got to be cruise
hold on
ports
now.
around.
I don't think any cruises leave out of there. They leave out of New York, but I don't think
There's gotta
like
be
Virginia or
There's got to be
North
some in
Carolina or
Virginia.
anything like that. Or something.
Norfolk,
to
Norfolk. It's a huge naval base in Norfolk.
I'd love for somebody to sponsor me. I'll find out. I'll tell you
I'd say
exactly
like
where you leave
Savannah,
from.
Georgia.
Baltimore. I don't
Cruise ships go to Savannah, Georgia.
I don't think if you're looking
Myrtle
I don't-
Beach?
I don't think so.
Nothing.
I don't think Myrtle Beach. Been there.
Because whenever you're looking for a cruise to go out of, you have to go to like Miami or
Transatlantic cruise. Everything's got Miami. Nothing even at Port Canaveral because it's on the other side. New York keeps coming up, but I'll do some.
seems
more
like
research.
it would.
I love
what
a
was
cruise. I'd love to take a train out to California. They have one.
I was reading
U.S.
yesterday.
cruises to England. You got Southampton, Newfoundland, Quebec.
That's Canada.
Yep.
Not going
Nova Scotia, New York City.
Interesting.
We'll do some homework on that one. I
22
I
nights.
just assumed.
22 nights.
22 nights. Wow.
Be good. But
Longer the better.
I was reading last night. There's a river cruise from Nashville to Chattanooga. How much do you think that costs?
A river cruise. How many nights?
It was 8 or 8 days, 7 nights, something like that.
8 days.
It's like a week-long cruise.
Where
On
would
the-
you go? Up to the Cumberland, up to Tennessee, and come down?
Yep, they take they start in Chattanooga, float up, or cruise up, and then they go up to like Paducah, Kentucky. Go to the land between the lakes. You cruise on the lake, and then come down the Cumberland.
What are you
8
on?
nights. I'm gonna.
Like
I mean, it's a miniature cruise, so kind of like a not a paddle wheel boat, but a boat like that.
bigger
It's
than
not
the General Jackson.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 300 to 400 a night. So 300 times 8. I don't know. 2,400, 3,200, 24 to 3,200.
Yeah, I'd say about 3,000.
You got a guess? Do you care?
4,000.
Russell's going. Y'all ain't going. It's like $4,400.
Yeah, I believe that.
Food's included, though, right?
That it is.
Food is included, but I mean it's not the same. There's less amenities than a big giant ocean
It's
cruise.
just not. I don't know. I guess.
I mean, if you're paying that much, you can go on an ocean cruise.
I guess it'd be scenic. Oh yeah, you can go on an ocean cruise
Yes.
cheaper than that.
Yeah.
Catch a carnival
Much
deal.
cheaper than $4,400.
Go to Playa de
Maybe I
Cama.
think I hadn't looked in a long time, but
That just seemed like a lot to me to
Yeah, it'd be scenic, but
cruise on a river from Chattanooga to Nashville.
yeah.
Anyway, we're off the rails. Let's get back on them. We're going to wrap it up. 2 Timothy 1:7. For God gave us a spirit not of fear, but of power and love and self-control. There you go. Don't be scared. So, glad you're with us. We're still in our summertime mode. We're having fun this summer. Talking about fear and fun and, challenges of flying and riding the drop line. That's not going to happen.
Doctors.
I'll watch y'all too. Oh, y'all three, I guess. Yeah, three.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try to video. it next time I
From
ride
it?
Yeah.
Get you a GoPro stick.
You got me. I mean, you got me when you say you come out of the seat. So I can't shake that.
But it only lasts maybe 3 seconds.
Yeah, it seemed very quick.
So you're worried about cables, right? That's your fear. But you're not worried about that harness coming up and you're just free falling
I was
out of
holding
there?
on. I was holding on.
But I mean, if the whole thing just
Hold on all you want to. If you're dropping 200 feet, you're going.
Nah. She's got it. Dolly's got it very safe. Full confidence in her. I mean, I think there'd be more chance one of those roller coasters could just go off the track than that thing kept breaking.
I mean, I saw the one somewhere in North Carolina that the concrete from the pole was missing, and
Yeah, we talked about that one.
spectators were like pointing it out, like,
Oh, it wasn't concrete. That it cracked. The metal cracked. But anyway, we love you. God loves you more. Come on back for some of this great fun next week. We'll see you then.
Sorry, Dr. Carney.
We hope you are enjoying GPS to God. Rate, review, and subscribe across every platform you use. Help us spread the word by telling your friends and family to watch, listen, and subscribe.